This year's Alumni Weekend promised fun-filled programming to elevate our 150th anniversary. At reunions, during classes without quizzes, and under the papel picado on Oakmont Court, alumni regaled me with stories of their time at Trinity. What struck me the most was how many of their stories resonated across the decades. So after the festivities of the weekend wound down, I sat down with Susan Masinter Riley, class of 1969, and Laura Kalb, class of 2014 and Sorority Advisor of the Year, for a conversation about Tiger perspectives across the last 5 decades. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'd like to start with you, Susan. You were part of the reunion class for the class of 1969. What was it like being here 50 years later?
It was astonishing, actually. I'll probably get emotional. To see my friends, people I hadn't seen in many years. My freshman roommate came and stayed with me, Dorothy Dowling, also one of our suite mates. So there were 3 of us from Isabel dorm.
But you also have an interesting artifact there that you brought with you. What was it like to be a first-year student when you began?
Well, you know, we were all like babies when we showed up on campus. A lot of us had never been away from home for any extended period of time. And one of the things that we did as freshmen is we had to wear these beanies on campus. So everywhere we went, we were identified as, you know, first year. And we were subjected to some ridicule and fun, all in good fun.
Well, it's fun to see that. So Laura, here you are as an alumna who graduated 5 years ago. You found a career path because you were working here on the Trinity campus. What roots and tradition continue to inspire you every day? And you know, as you talked with people, maybe what are some of the contrasts that stand out?
Well, I still don't step on the seal, even though I've graduated. And I'm glad that there aren't beanies because I don't think I would look as good in that beanie as I've seen you look. But I really think the roots and the values of the things that are still very involved on this campus is our commitment to excellence and the excitement of discovery. And still some good jokes and laughs here and there amongst the different years of students that are here at Trinity. I think the line of connections is still really strong, and we have some work to continue that in connecting our current students to our alumni. In contrast, you know, there's more technology on our campus and sometimes easier ways to get to connect and to come together, but overall that's still that spirit of closeness, even though, you know, we could be across the globe.
Can you think a little bit about the core values of our liberal arts tradition in the ways that you're both joint heirs in what liberal arts means at Trinity?
Well, I was a music major studying piano. I realized I was laser focused on music, so I was in the practice rooms a lot. I was very serious about it. But I had friends in all the different areas of the school, and my roommate was a PE major. So up and down the dorms, we would talk a lot about what was going on with each other's classwork and the other ways that we connected on the campus.
I minored in music, so I actually started at Trinity as a music education major, but learned that I could be in education, but that maybe not, that music was the best path for me. So kind of having the opportunity to be at a liberal arts institution, I could explore and I could change my mind about what things were best for me or what was, you know, the next cool thing or something that I could pursue as a passion.
So 1969 historically is a very interesting year. We have all kinds of things going on in our society, advances being made in terms of space exploration. What was it like to be a college student in 1969 at Trinity?
We would go downtown. Downtown was quite small. The campus was very, very different. A lot of the buildings have changed. The women were separated from the men. We could not wear pants on upper campus. We had very strict hours, so a lot has changed for the better, I'm sure. But the world was just starting to go through a lot of changes, you know, peace, love, that whole thing that was just now hitting our campus. And I myself embraced that. So I think it was quite a fascinating time in our history of just not San Antonio or Trinity, but the world.
So I want to turn to you and think you were just awarded Sorority Advisor of the Year. Social clubs are a great way for students to form a real network. It also gets them engaged in all kinds of service projects and things off campus. What's it like to be a student in the past decade at Trinity, things that really stand out for you?
I think the thing that stands out to me the most is that, 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, some things all stay the same. And so they're still facing some of the same challenges, still talking about the same things that excite them. In the last decade, though, it's been interesting to see how fast all of the different technology has exponentially grown and how closely connected our students can be and the change that they can make almost in an instant with a tweet or a different kind of post on social media. And so seeing them really stand up and try to take action in their own roles has been really wonderful and exciting, but also hoping that they connect back and learn from the different people that have come ahead of them who have paved certain paths.
I am excited to continue to feel the bonds of tradition and momentum of change in the air. So I ask you, how has your Trinity experience resonated across the years? What's different and what's the same? Share your stories with me. I truly enjoy hearing from the Trinity community. Together, we are confident, curious catalysts, heirs to an incredible past and stewards of a promising future. And together, we will accelerate what's next for Trinity. We are a force in motion.